Mothra, Queen of the Monsters, issue number 3.
Yeah.
Another great issue for this mini-series. We're halfway through now. Only 2 more issues left after this. And they had a lot that they needed to cover in this issue because we're 3 issues in and we need to get the Mothra Gemini. And the way they did it is really, really great in this issue. But it starts off with like the girls training the Gemini Mothra larva, and they made this like 5 foot
tall
Mecha-Mothra out of like straw.
Yeah, they basically they're on like a farm.
Yeah, she's like, okay, now shoot it, and she like webs it, and she's like, he did it. And then Mira's like, I don't know how effective of a training program this is. And for like these miniseries, one of our main complaints is always that they're kind of short. They have to kind of cram everything in. The amount of character they've given these twins has just been great. There's like the comedy between them and like the angst it's very, very good. Yeah,
Sophie and Matt Frank have killed it on the series between her writing and his art. Absolutely loving this series, man. I mean, and the fan service that we've gotten and throughout it is pretty cool. I mean, first issue we got that all the prehistoric stuff. Second issue, that's a little bit more of a taste. This issue, I mean, we'll go into it. I mean, it was pretty much spoiled like day one. Yeah. We got freaking Mecha-Mothra. I mean, I remember seeing Mecha-Mothra in like the G-Fan magazine that I had. I only ever had 1 issue of G-Fan, which is crazy. But I remember it was almost like, I don't know if it was like a diorama or a model kit somebody made or some concept art. I remember it was like on like an aircraft carrier, had all these wings spread out with like rockets and missiles.
Yeah.
Absolutely cool seeing Mecha-Mothra. But we'll get to that in a little. But just seeing Mecha-Mothra was really cool.
Yeah. So Mecha-Mothra is coming, so they go hide in this barn. And I thought this was hilarious because they're kind of in the barn, but like the Mothra larva is like very large, obviously. So they're hiding behind a hay bale, and it has like half its head behind the hay bale, and then the rest of its body is just like
out,
strewn about the barn.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny because like, it's a larva, it's a kid, it doesn't quite really know how to do anything.
Yeah, it's just a big clumsy, goofy thing.
Yeah, and I do like that this is a smaller than normal Mothra larva scale-wise because I feel like they're able to give it a lot more personality and it moves a lot more fluid.
Yeah, it's more agile,
in the movies. I mean, it's obvious as to why they have to be the size that they are in the movies because they have to fit a person in there. But, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really hilarious. So, then they're like, okay, we got to get out of here. We got to do the song. And so they do the song again, another amazing panel of the song. And what was really good about the panel is like they kind of had like Mecha-Mothra in the background, like almost like corrupting
the song.
Because you see the words transferred to like these like pink symbols, and then they get a little bit less legible, and then they just become these like symbols.
Yeah.
And so then they end up in the future. Or another timeline. I don't even know.
Yeah, they keep just time traveling and like, what did we do this time? And this.
So, that's when we get the. And they're like, this looks modern.
Yeah.
Like, we did the spell.
They're like, we did it. We landed in the right spot. And then boom. They're like, is that Mecha-Mothra? And we're like, hell yeah, it is.
And it's like fighting 3 Ghidorahs. So there's like a dead regular Ghidorah.
Like it's almost like the Showa era-ish one.
Yeah. And then they have. I don't know if it was Kaiser or if it was Des Ghidorah.
Yeah.
Like it was like one of the gray ones.
Yeah.
I'm like, I like to think it was Des, but I'm not sure.
I felt like it was, yeah.
Yeah, and then he was fighting like a third one, and I was like, crazy. It's got like laser beams.
Yeah, it's just shooting rockets
all over the place.
I mean, and it's a 3-on-1. I mean, this Mecha-Mothra is definitely holding its own though, which is badass.
I'd say definitely the most tactical Mothra that we've seen.
Yeah.
It's almost like seeing War Machine.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. I mean, I would say, I feel like, I don't want to crap on Mothra, but I feel like Mothra gets killed a lot. And, like, this is probably, like, the toughest Mothra that we've seen. I do not think any other Mothra would be able to do a 3-on-1 fight with Ghidorah's. I don't even think Godzilla could do that.
No, I mean, you can, like, maybe, I mean, definitely not, because Des Ghidorah was there, and that was a Mothra, Ghidorah villain, and obviously it had issues with it. I would be like, if you were going to say, like, strongest Mothras, I would say it was probably one of the ones from Mothra Reborn, like one of the Leo ones. Yeah. But, yeah, if Des Ghidorah's there, the power scaling's already shot.
Yeah.
That, like... Yeah, this thing's just absolutely just tanking all these. I wonder, like, what the larva for that would look like.
Yeah, I mean, it's a robot, like, or is it like a hybrid? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Was it a living thing? Is it like a cyborg Mothra? Is it like a Gigan Mothra?
It's the future. Maybe there was a singularity event that merged, organic and inorganic matter together.
Yeah. But then, like, during all this going on, which is really cool, this fight goes on, but there's also, like, conversation going on with Emmy, Mira. They're like, oh, we screwed up again. And then they encounter the Antra fairies. No, they encounter the Mothra fairies, but they're almost...
Mothra fairies.
But they're, like, they're kind of like ghosts, or I'm like, are they, like holograms on this? That's kind of like, are they, like, sort of like Cortana-ish?
I was thinking that they're just kind of like aura-ing in or something.
But they were like the fairies of that, like, timeline. So I feel like they might have been like some sort of like digital fairy. But then the Antra fairies were there. They were like basically dying because Antra had been dead for years now. So like they were withering away. And they're like, all right, we got to do the song again. And one of the things is like Emmy and Mira, like, they're like, we keep screwing this thing up. And she's like... And they have this whole big, like, kind of like argument. And Mira's like, we wouldn't be so out of sync if you had come and looked for me, actually, and actually tried. And he's like, Mira kind of resents Emmy because she's like, you just went off with these fairies and just basically assumed I was dead with everyone else. And you were like, I'm happy to live on with my life. And she's like, I tried looking for everyone for a while. And she's like, you just gave up on me. So, like, they kind of have that resentment between each other. And we find out that's something that they really need to patch up. I mean, this whole time Mira was, even from issue 1, she was like, what the hell? Like, you've been alive all this time and now you come get me? Like, you knew I was here and now you're going to come get me? And, so there's that resentment, and that's clearly now starting to show that that's why they've been having these issues with the songs. And Emmy's like, well, we got to do it. We got to try again. And she's like, we can't stay here. They're dying. She's like, we can't risk Mothra getting hurt. So they do the song again, and it does seem like they land into the right place this time, sort of. But now the Mothra fairies are dying, and the maidens of Antra come and get Emmy and Mira now. They're like, listen, we got to do something. They're like, these girls, they're dying, but as Mothra gets stronger, they'll get stronger as well. So they're like, we got to do one more song, and they're like, well, let's make up our own. We'll make up our own. That's something that they pitched earlier before they do the second song, but they do the song again anyway. But then Mothra begins to make her cocoon, and they're like, oh, she is going to get stronger now. And like, we got to speed this up, though. We got to speed this up so she can get strong, because we don't have a lot of time. So they do their song, and while they're doing the song, once again, Mecha-Mothra sort of like senses the song. There's got to be some connection between the song and Mecha-Mothra, because it's been chasing him since prehistoric time, too. We got to remember that. That's how Mecha-Mothra's first travel through time is from the song. So it senses this song again. We don't see it attack them yet, but Mothra Gemini hatches, and the girls go to the maidens of Antra, and they're like, listen, do you think you could summon Antra? And they're like, why? We don't know if we could control him. And she's like, well, our Mothra needs some practice and a sparring partner, and that's kind of where it ends.
Yeah, which, I'm excited for issue 4. This series has not disappointed. It's definitely hit every single issue, and again, art's great, story's great. It's a must read. It's just a really good story.
Yeah.
And it's I'm happy that it's got its Godzilla references, but it definitely stays away from that, and it's definitely a Mothra story.
Yeah, and I feel like this whole thing is gonna just come down to between the girl's story and just even the story with the monsters, it's gonna come down to creating a balance. That's what this whole thing has been like. Antra was meant to answer the Earth's be the Earth's defense. So Antra kind of attacked Mothra, which was the protector of the Earth, also. So I think the Mecha-Gearus needs to be there. They didn't screw up bringing this Mecha-Gearus through. It needs to be there so that Mothra doesn't get killed. So that Antra helps fight the Mecha-Gearus, and all this never happened. So maybe at the end of this, they're gonna reset everything. The world never ends, and they never got separated as kids. Maybe.
Yeah. That, or maybe I was thinking that maybe Mira might be the Antra human, and then her sister might be the
Mothra. That could be the balance.
I don't know.
That could possibly it. That could be the balance. Maybe they're not the Mothra twins in human form. Maybe they're the pillars for each one. That could be. But right now, they are all Mothra.
Yeah. We'll have to see where the story goes. We got 2 more issues left. Super excited, and I guess we'll be done with this in July.
I think August. I think there is going to be a little stretch.
A little delay.
A little stretch, I think. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm excited for that, and we're always ready for. I'm always ready for the conclusion. Yeah, I can read it right now.
Even though I don't want it to end, it's
I don't want
really
it to end
good.
either. But who knows? If this is successful, maybe they'll do another one.
They need to absolutely come back for some sort of series. This is great.
Yeah.
And then we have the Kaisei era stuff right around the bend. We're practically a month away at this point now, which is insane. It's gonna be Kaisei time, and that first Free Comic Book Day sampling was really nice. So I'm looking forward to reading that when it hits.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mothra. Be sure to pick up issue 3, 1, and 2. This is just must-read kaiju comic. If you're not reading this, you're insane.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, just go pick it up. It's a great issue.
Yeah,
great
between
series.
this, Here There Be Aliens, IDW is pumping out some awesome kaiju comics right now.
Definitely.